Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tales from Beyond the Dead Zone. I am so excited to be here with you all. We're going to get started with some introductions, and then we're just going to go right into things. My name is Reed. I use they/any pronouns, and I'm going to be your humble dungeon master for today and also for the rest of this campaign. Thank you all for joining us. We're going to start with one of our returning faces, Jess.
Hello, I'm Jess. I use she, they pronouns. You can find me on TikTok and Twitter at Seriously. And I am beyond excited for this new campaign. So get ready to be spooked.
Thank you, Jess. Moving on to Mara.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mara. I use they, she pronouns. I can be found anywhere on the internet, mostly as College of Lore dropout, and I'm so excited and afraid. So.
Incredible. Now, moving on to one of our newer faces, Joe.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joe. My pronouns are your mom, and you can find me on Twitter and TikTok as @ScaryDogFriend. I'm also the co-host of a very non-Christian friendly NSFW podcast called Monster Lover Pod or Monster Fuckers Anonymous. You can find us on Spotify and a couple other places I am not remembering at the moment. I'm a great host. I'm very excited.
Thank you. To our other new face, CJ.
Hi everyone, I am very sad today, but I will be playing. Hi everyone, I'm CJ. You can find me on Twitter at Scholastic Drag, and I do podcasting, performing, and a variety of things. And maybe you'll see my face another day.
Thank you, CJ. Curse the technical difficulties, gods. And last but certainly not least, James.
I'm James. You can find me on TikTok at NiceOneJames. You can also find me sorting through my ridiculously large amount of pirate clothes for just the right fit today. And I think I did it.
Cool. Also want to give a special shout out to Kes, our stream producer for today. Thank you, Kes, for all your hard work. We couldn't do it without you. Now, before we get started, I need everybody who's playing and everybody in the chat to make me a promise. This campaign is going to have a lot of secrets. There are going to be moments where I ask some of our players to take their headphones off so that I can talk with just one player and you, the audience. I need our players to promise me that they're not going to go back and rewatch the VOD and try and figure out what those secret moments are, and that will really take their headphones off. I need everybody in the audience to promise me that you're not going to go tweet at our players and ruin the surprise. So if everybody on screen right now could say that they agree.
I swear
agree.
on my life.
Absolutely.
Incredible. If everybody in the chat could type that they agree, that would be great. This is going to be an incredibly fun time. Before we get started, this is a horror campaign, so viewer discretion is advised. If at any point it gets too much, feel free to click away, come back later. Okay, announcements before we get started. Be sure to join us next week at this time for our premiere of Tales from the Hearth Atlas. Some familiar faces, a new face. It's going to be a great time. And also be sure to join us on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Thanatos Rally send-off episode. You can always follow us on Twitter at StarlightTales_ to keep up with all the latest. Am I missing any announcements?
The Discord.
The Discord. We also have a fan Discord now. We'll tweet out the link to that again at the end of this episode. So if you're interested in joining, there are some cool surprises in there, a little bit of extra lore for people. So if you're interested in joining and hanging out with us in between episodes, be sure to check us out on Twitter to get the link to join there. All right. Are we ready to get started? Okay. My doc picked a bad time to stop loading. Okay. You got your assignment 2 weeks ago, inviting you to join an elite group of explorers heading into an area of space that no one dares to explore, the Dead Zone. The last expedition that went out there, the only other expedition that went out there, failed miserably, and only one person made it back. You've been given a ship. You've been promised 1 million gold for successfully charting a course through the Dead Zone. An additional gold for every sample you bring back, for every planet you log a day-night cycle on, and for any reports or experiments that you do. You know it's going to be dangerous, but for one reason or another, you're going anyway. Currently, you are all sitting in a long, narrow hallway, somewhere out in the void of space. We're going to start with closest to the door, and then move our way furthest. Closest to the door is Alan. Mara, could you please describe to us what your character looks like and what they're doing?
Yeah, so Alan is a 8-foot-tall blue Goliath, mostly shaved head, little man bun situation on top. Is kind of leaning against the door, trying to take up as little space as possible. Despite her bulking frame and, covered in scars, she looks pretty young and feels incredibly awkward. And so is just kind of like looking at the door, looking at everybody, looking at the door, pretending to check a watch, doing anything but staying still.
Incredible. And the seat closest to this Goliath is Ben. CJ, what's your character look like and what are they doing?
It is I. So Benjamin kind of sits in very, very plain clothes, more active, beautiful, nice. I already forgot what it's actually called. Hat. What the hat is kind of called. It's a Panama hat. There we go. Similar to a Panama hat. And he's kind of just looking around, like kind of looking at everyone else.
Sitting in the seat immediately next to Ben is a fire genasi. They have like dark blue skin and this long hair that's kind of like blue fire and different like freckles and moles and tattoos kind of covering their body that are all in that same like light blue color. And they're wearing a chef's coat. Sitting immediately next to them are two people technically, although calling one of them a person would kind of be false. There is a goblin with like army green skin and like medium green short smattering of hair and a tail that's kind of tucked under the seat. And then sitting next to them is, like those monkey toys that like clap the cymbals together? Like one of those, but much larger. So like a robot monkey that's kind of sitting in the chair next to them. Sitting smack dab in the center of this row of chairs is Mitski. Joe, could you please describe your character for us?
You see probably the world's most beautiful woman. Blue sort of periwinkle, glittery skin. An orchid kind of light purple hair, and this gorgeous deep blue half gown, sort of half like mobile, just I guess sort of suit situation. She has just fully leaned back in her chair, arms crossed, and just like rolling her eyes and waiting every now and then, seeing who comes in and who eventually sits next to her.
And the answer is that nobody sits next to her, as the seat next to her is empty, and on the end is Ellison. Jess, please describe your character to us.
You see the world's most tired-looking man, who is of average height, slightly too pale skin and slightly too large eyes that are very dark with dark hair. He wears like a kind of rumpled black suit and a wide-brimmed hat and has black gloves on his hands. There's a cane kind of resting against his chair, and underneath, or trying to fit underneath the chair, is a sprawling, very, very large grey shaggy dog.
Incredible. And then all the way on the other side of the room from the door, leaning against the wall, are two people in kind of hushed conversation. One of them is like a 6'2", 6'3" tall person, wearing kind of like a vest, and they've got like short, shaggy black hair, and these watercolor tattoos that kind of look like pools of water that are kind of moving and shifting along their skin. She's got her arms crossed and they're kind of leaning against the wall and talking to Andromeda. James, could you please describe your character?
Absolutely. So you see a pretty tall human, she, they pronouns, with medium skin that's kind of cool toned. It's kind of like sallow, sunken, like clearly is not sleeping well, is not doing great. Dark brown hair with these streaks of silver that are pulled up into something resembling a bun, but like half the hair has spilled out of it at this point. Dressed for comfort, kind of this like loose, undone pirate coat, very comfortable clothes, like half tucked in underneath, and holding onto a well-worn but polished and nice cane, and kind of just fiddling with this gold band on their left ring finger.
The most recent person to have walked in and sat down was Benjamin, and the door kind of closed behind him. And you all are in this room. What would you like to do?
Perhaps in just a bit, for whatever reason, my annoyance, as Benjamin, or this person that I'll be meeting soon, comes in, sits down, whatever he does, I just kind of say, fashionably late.
Well, it takes time to get prepared properly.
It sure
So.
does.
And who might be addressing me?
We'll get our little buddy spiel together. We'll get there when we get there.
Buddy? Okay. And I kind of look at the rest of the group and I say, anyone else want to establish what kind of person they are? Nice to meet you. Actually, I can introduce myself first. Howdy, everyone. Name's Benjamin Kennedy. And as far as I'm concerned, I'll probably be keeping people alive, so.
Hi, I'm Alan. It's really good to meet you. I don't know, are we saying like our jobs? I'm the information retrieval specialist, so fill out your logs. Nice to meet you.
The goblin pipes up next from where they're seated. Hi, my name is Burke. I use they them pronouns. It's really nice to meet you all. I'm your engineer, your ship specialist. All that sort of stuff. And this is Chip. They say as they kind of gesture to the monkey.
Hi, nice to meet you both.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
Didn't know we were assigned jobs. Have we all been assigned jobs?
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, Someone came to my class and asked me if I wanted to work a job.
Right. Well, I guess I'll figure out what my job is then. I'm Ellison.
Andromeda kind of like gives the person they're talking to this look of like, Jesus, and straightens and goes, right, pleasure, everyone. I'm Andromeda Ripley. I'm your captain. We can sort out jobs aboard the ship. Don't worry about it. But
and the person next to them kind of pipes up, "Hi, Lorelei, first mate, navigator. Just, all that. Nice to meet y'all." And then the fire genasi, where they're seated, kind of looks at Mitsuki. "Do you want to go, or do you want me to go? I'm fine either way.
You can go first.
Okay. Hi, I'm Leora. I use he, they pronouns. I'm the chef. That's it. I'm done. You can go.
Thank you for letting me know. I'm Mitsuki. I'm here as, I suppose, the translator, someone aware of bureaucracy, that sort of thing.
And this awkward silence kind of settles into the room for the next few minutes until the door that you're kind of all seated across from opens. Could everybody please roll me a d20?
8.
12.
Okay, 8 from Alan, 12 from Mitsuki,
7.
7 from Ben. Allison?
13.
13 from Ellison and Andromeda.
19.
19 from Andromeda. Okay. The door kind of opens and you see a woman with like pale blue, almost translucent skin and this deep royal blue hair that's pulled back into like this perfect ponytail. No bumps, no hair out of place. She's got these 2 like stick straight horns coming out of her forehead that almost look like icicles. And a pair of reading glasses that are like precariously balanced on the bridge of her nose. And she's holding a clipboard and she's got a fountain pen between her fingers. And she kind of looks up at you all. "Oh, you're all here. Perfect. Andromeda? Please follow me."
Right. It's kind of like give a very curt, awkward nod to the room and follow.
Okay. Andromeda follows in and the door closes behind the 2 of them. We will go to follow where they go and then we'll come back to you guys in a bit. You walk into this very, very plain room. The walls white, the floor this kind of like off-white color, and this bright fluorescent light fills all of it, although you have no idea where the light is coming from. And there's one door in and there's one door out. You've just walked in through the one door and you have no idea where the other door leads. In the center of this room is a square white table and 2 chairs that are kind of situated on either side. The chairs are like silver metallic. They look like they're going to be cold and uncomfortable when you sit down in them. And the tiefling kind of gestures for you to sit down.
I do so. I think it kind of takes them a moment. They kind of like wince as they ease down into the chair a little bit, putting weight on that leg. But yeah, out of curiosity, was I in this room last time, or is this
Absolutely,
new?
it's the exact same place.
Great.
The woman sits down across from you and looks up from her clipboard. You don't mind if I record this, right?
No, I know the drill. You do it. What you need to do.
She kind of flicks the pen up in the air and you watch as it kind of like hovers and then this like small beep comes out of it. Can you please state your full name for the record?
Captain Andromeda Ripley.
Captain Andromeda, how are you feeling today on a scale of 1 to 10 physically?
4. It's a good day.
Emotionally?
3.
What worries do you have about the success of this mission?
Have you read my file?
I'm just asking the questions I was told to ask.
Okay, kind of like folds the arm, sits back. I mean, all right, there's, you know what happened last time? Being the only one to come back, which somehow seems worse than no one coming back. All manner of awful things that could happen to the crew, who seems very nice out there. Need I go on, or should I list every disastrous thing that can happen?
It's really up to you. I just asked the questions.
I would prefer not to list every awful thing that could. Okay, great.
In the event that you do not make it home, have you prepared post-mortem arrangements for yourself? Or are you interested in the collective's full coverage death plan?
I'm not. Thanks.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to make us aware of before we send you off?
No, that's
Good luck. May we see you back here soon and in one piece. And she kind of nods and gestures to the other door.
Andromeda kind of like rolls their eyes and stands up and limps out.
Okay. We go back to the hallway. The door has just closed behind Andromeda. Is anybody doing anything while you're kind of waiting there?
You're muted.
I sure am. Is there anything do we have like any of our luggage with us right now? Or
no,
like,
it was all
okay.
taken from you when you got there.
All right. I'm just bitch facing. That's it.
Someone's got to do it.
Alan.
Is our captain seem unsettled to anyone else?
Yeah, a little. Can I pet your dog? I'm sorry. I didn't know how. I wanted to segue naturally into that, but can I pet your dog, please?
She's working right now, so you can't.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry.
But I'll let
A
you.
great dog. Very pretty.
Thank you. She's called Maggie.
That's a good name.
Alan, was it?
Uh-huh. Ben?
Yeah, you can call me Ben or Benjamin.
Okay.
You are unbelievably. It seems you are unbelievably nervous right now. Just really feel I should point that out. You might want to try breathing. I hear that works. I think, I'm actually pretty believably nervous considering, what we're about to go do. But I'll do some breathing. Thank you for your concern. I'll get it together. I like your hat. Thank you. It was a gift.
Oh, that's nice.
Just like not even looking up at either of you, she just sort of in response to Ben is just sort of like unfashionably late as well as unsolicited advice. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, let me know if you don't want advice. Sometimes I tend to give it without realizing I'm giving it. Mitski, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. If I'm not mistaken, you're that actress, right?
Which one?
The one that everyone has a bunch of drama. You left stage or something?
Sure.
I mean, sure. It's really the yes and no question. I'm not sure how you got sure.
If we all want to delve into the potential little things that we might know about each other.
And at this point, the door opens.
Yeah.
And you see the same tiefling woman, but Andromeda is gone. And she kind of looks up from her clipboard. Ellison?
Yes. Yeah.
Follow me, please.
All right. After this Kane like halves himself up, Maggie follows at his heel.
And again, we'll kind of go to them and we'll go back out to the hallway. Same room, same table, same 2 chairs. The woman kind of gestures for you to sit down.
May I stand? It's easier.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's fine. She kind of goes and looks at you and then looks like at her seat and I'm just gonna sit.
Go ahead.
Okay. She sits down. Do you mind if I record this?
No, ma'am.
All right. Again, flicks up the pencil. A little beep comes from it. Can you please state your full name for the record?
Ellison Graves.
And Ellison, how are you feeling today on a scale of 1 to 10 physically, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best?
A 4. It's a good day.
Emotionally?
Let's go with a 5.
What worries do you have about the success of this mission?
None at all.
In the event that you do not make it home, have you prepared post-mortem arrangements for yourself, or are you interested in the collective's full coverage death plan? The full coverage death plan, we cremate you and we send your ashes into space.
It won't be necessary. I'm good.
Is there anything else you'd like to make us aware of before we send you off?
No.
Good luck, and may we see you back here soon and in one piece. And she kind of gestures to the door.
Man. Leaves.
Back to the hallway. You're muted, Bill.
Still muted.
Hi. Guess we're all going to go to a fancy little meeting room together or something.
Or 1 by 1, I guess, but probably, yeah. But to continue what I was saying to you, I wasn't really shooting to information dig. I really was just going to tell you that I enjoyed your work.
I appreciate it.
I'm sure you were great. I have no idea who you are. Sorry. I had felt like I needed to. You're probably really good.
I have a little bit of an idea of who you are.
Great. Love that.
I think you're going to give him a heart attack, Mitski.
Whatever for.
What? Are you asking sincerely? I mean, we just went over the nervous thing. I don't know what you...
If you need me to be more closed-ended with my statements, just let me know.
Yeah, that would be appropriate, not really...
I was looking at
mindful.
Alan. I'm looking at Alan this whole time.
I'm gonna be real. I'm not good with groups in general, but if you ever want to talk one-on-one, I gotcha. Groups are hard.
I understand. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, great.
The door swings open again. Same woman, no Ellison. And she looks up from her clipboard. Doctor, right this way, please.
We got a doctor.
See all of you in a second. And I stand and make my way over.
Incredible. The door closes behind the two of you. She gestures for you to take a seat.
I sit.
She sits down across from you. You don't mind if I record this?
And to which entity would it be sent to?
Oh, it's just for internal documentation. It's just easier than writing.
Okay.
Flips the pen up. Beep. Could you please state your full name for the record?
Mitsuki Hiden with, I suppose, formalities, Dr. Mitsuki Hiden.
And Dr. Hiden, how are you feeling today on a scale of 1 to 10 physically, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best?
Oh, 10.
Emotionally?
10.
What worries do you have about the success of this mission?
Well, even within my university, I suppose, group work, team effort, that's always something to be concerned about. So I mostly think I have to fuss over how we impress upon others.
In the event that you do not make it home, have you prepared post-mortem arrangements for yourself, or are you interested in the collective's full coverage death plan?
And I think I want to take out like a little piece of paper from like an inner pocket, and I just like smooth it out, and I like just slide it over, and I sort of pat it on the table and go, "That's my advance directive."
She kind of takes it.
The most important thing is who receives my last sort of physical assets, but other than that, ship me out into the sky.
We will take care of it. And she kind of clips the piece of paper to the clipboard behind the paper that she's reading from. Is there anything else you'd like to make us aware of before we send you off?
What's your name?
Oh, Charity.
I think that'll do just fine.
Good luck, and maybe see you back here soon and in one piece. And she kind of gestures to the door.
I walk over.
We head back out to the hallway where it is Alan, Ben, and the NPCs.
That person's a doctor? I thought they said they were a linguist.
Yeah, well, maybe it's like just like the title, not like a medical doctor. Yeah. I'm sorry, this is gonna be a weird question. Do you like work out a lot? Like you seem like really like you know? Like
Oh, yeah. I wake up every day at 4 a.m. and do my 6-mile run, and then make sure to do the lifts in the forest.
that's good. I usually, get up and then I actually brought a punching bag with, which you're welcome to use if you need it. Do a couple rounds, some shadow boxing too. So if you ever want to train, let me know.
Well, thank you. That might be nice. The only time I've ever used a punching bag, I've turned it into, I put pinholes in it, but be nice
This
to
one's
learn.
reinforced. I had the same problem. It took me a long time to figure out the right. Yeah, I get it.
Wonderful.
Cool.
And the door opens. Same tiefling woman. Benjamin?
Yeah, that's me.
Right this way.
Wonderful. I'll see you all on the other side, I guess. And he keeps going through.
She gestures for you to take a seat once the door is closed.
He sits with ease.
She sits across from you. Do you mind if I record this?
No problem. Yeah, go ahead.
Flips the pen up. Beep.
Oh, that's neat.
Isn't it? Can you please state your full name for the record?
Full name or his middle initial, fine.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'll do the full name. Hello, I am Benjamin Unkillable Kennedy.
Benjamin, how are you feeling today on a scale of 1 to 10 physically, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best?
I'd say about a 10, 9, maybe somewhere between a 9 and 10.
Emotionally?
Man, that is quite a loaded question. I would say about an 8, maybe.
What worries do you have about the success of this mission?
Dying. Getting eaten. Maybe drowning. Burning. You know, the normal things, I guess, that normal people would have about going into a tumultuous space exploration.
In the event that you do not make it home, have you prepared post-mortem arrangements for yourself, or are you interested in the collective's full coverage death plan?
I got a kid watching my dog at home, so, you know, maybe give him some money if I die from my assets. Nice kid. He's also running the classes. It's a whole 3-way thing. Got a couple poems under the bed that, you know, I can get that they should be given, so that'd be kind of nice. But other than that, no. What's the other option?
The full coverage death plan. We cremate you when we throw the ashes into space.
Oh, not sure how covered that is, but
it's full coverage. You have nothing to worry about. We do it all for you.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't expect me to be able to throw the ashes in the space myself. I'd be dead.
You'd be surprised. Some people ask to throw their own ashes. It's like a whole process.
Oh, that sounds deeply, deeply, deeply confusing. I am but a man. Yeah, no, sure, that works.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to make us aware of before we send you off?
I want you to delete the files off of my hard drive.
Okay.
Thank you. Don't want Dad to catch them.
Good luck, and may we see you back here soon and in one piece. And she kind of gestures to the door.
Hopefully. And he leaves.
Okay. Back in the hallway is Alan, a goblin, a robotic monkey, a fire genasi, and someone. Unclear what race they are, but definitely something.
Have y'all ever gone on a secret mission before? I don't know. Is this a secret mission?
Well, I don't really know how the goblin pipes up. I don't really know how secret it is. But no, this is my first time. I've been on lots of expeditions, but none of them were like this serious.
Gotcha. Cool.
What about you?
None this big. Usually like just me or like one other guy, maybe.
Cool. You're really tall.
Yeah, yep. I grew that way myself.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you all sit in awkward silence until the door opens again. Alan.
Oh, thank God. Yep. Here.
Kind of leads you into the room. Door shuts behind you. Please take a seat. The chair is the same size as the chair out there, just letting you know. So you don't have to sit if you think Alan wouldn't.
No, Alan is told to sit. Alan's gonna sit, but like knees up, you know, like an adult sitting in a child's chair.
Do you mind if I record this?
Go right ahead.
Flicks the pen up. Beep. Can you please state your full name for the record?
Alan.
I knew it was coming, but it's still funny. Okay. Alan, how are you feeling today on a scale of 1 to 10 physically, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best?
10.
Emotionally?
7.5.
What worries do you have about the success of this mission?
I mean, it would be great if everybody fills out their logs accurately and keep them up to date. And as long as they do that, I think we should be all good.
In the event that you do not make it home, have you prepared post-mortem arrangements for yourself, or are you interested in the collective's full coverage death plan?
Check. You'll want to check with the Kalaran Institute. They'll know what I have going on, I guess.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to make us aware of before we send you off?
No, I guess I'm good.
Good luck, and may we see you back here soon and in one piece. And she gestures to the door.
Pull myself out of the and walk on down.
So each of you kind of experiences this in tandem with one another. Starting with Andromeda, going in order, ending with Alan. But you walk down this seemingly endless hallway, like the lights turning on as you're walking down. It feels like nobody has walked down this hallway since the last expedition a year ago. It's dusty. There are some footprints still kind of off in one side. And eventually you make it to 2 double doors. And as you do, there is this ship waiting, docked. A long silver rope that's kind of anchoring it to the dock. It's a pretty big ship, but you've all seen bigger. It doesn't look necessarily like it's built for size, but more like it's built for speed and maneuverability. It's kind of in this like dark purpley eggplanty color, and the the metal parts of it are all dark black, and then there are some finer details painted on it that are white. It looks like it's just got a fresh coat of paint, like they tried to spruce it up a little bit for you all. And one by one, you kind of all get brought onto this ship. Andromeda, you are the first on. Talk to us about what you're feeling.
Yeah, I think Andromeda first kind of takes their time in this hallway, like feeling the gravity of the fact of the last time that she walked down this hallway. And then I think about halfway through, doesn't want to feel it and speeds up and just kind of like as much as they can runs through this door. And then sees the ship. And I think it's maybe one of the first smiles Andromeda has smiled in about a year. Kind of just takes their time walking up the gangplank, runs their fingers along the fresh coat of paint, probably says it very quiet like, "Oh, hi, that was Southern. We're not going to talk about it." Fuck. And just kind of very slowly refamiliarizes herself with the ship. A lot of feelings.
Go ahead and make me an insight check on the ship.
Sure. That's a natural one.
You kind of
dice jail.
Run your fingers along the edge of the ship, and you expect to kind of feel the hum of energy that comes from both the astral crystals and the engine. But it's quiet, and you're not sure if that's because maybe it's been a while or something's going on, but it's weird. It's strange. Yeah.
Immediately starts. I'm assuming Andromeda would know where to go on this ship to investigate what's up. Probably
Absolutely.
the engine room. So I'm just gonna make my way down there.
Make my way. You head off to the engine room, and Ellison, you arrive to an empty ship.
Can I inside check the ship?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me an insight check.
I'm just gonna get a feel. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Incredible. So I forgot about your insanely high wisdom.
Yeah, I was like, I rolled a 7.
Oh God. Okay. So you kind of walk onto the ship and you get that same kind of quiet, like there's not even a hum. But as you walk on board, somewhere off on the ship, you hear kind of everything begin to roar to life. As Andromeda, you walk into the engine room, and you see like this kind of wilted looking like ball of moss and roots. But as you walk in, it appears to gain new life as the roots kind of straighten up, the green color comes back, and it seems to be reacting to you being in the engine room. And at that point, Ellison, even though you don't know what's going on, you do feel the ship kind of come back to life.
Kind of looks down at Maggie. Now, I know you potty trained, but this is manners, alright?
She kind of looks up at you and nods her head, tail wagging.
Yeah. Like, I know you don't even, it doesn't matter. Just let me know, alright? And not everyone likes dogs, alright? I don't know. I know you like people, but go easy, alright? Pats her on the head.
Tail starts wagging again.
She's so tall, her head kind of comes up to like his like ribs, and it's like a small horse.
Incredible. Andromeda, do you stay in the engine room? Do you come out of the engine room?
I think Andromeda stays for just like a moment and then goes back out towards the wheel.
And you see Ellison and Maggie.
Oh, hello. Sorry, I didn't know anyone else had come yet. It's in the engine room.
As kind of squints and kind of like a flicker of a memory, and then he just kind of walks forward and like fishes something out of like the lining of his jacket and hands you like a little bundle of like herbs, and just goes, just take it. It's good for pain.
Right, thanks. I'm still getting used to it. Thank you. It's very kind.
Problem. How'd you like to be addressed? Captain? Ma'am? Sir?
Whatever's easiest. Captain, Andromeda.
Well, I look forward to flying with you.
Sorry, what was that?
I look forward to flying with you.
Right. It will be something, won't it? If you need anything, I'm up most nights, just kind of walking around, so please let me know.
Okay.
I'm there. Just awkwardly walks into the wheel.
At this point, the double doors open, and Mitsuki, you walk out of them.
To whoever is around, probably no one, she just sort of takes in the ship's image and it just sort of like looks curiously at it, and it's just like, we're flying in a huge penis, it looks. Well, I guess most ships are phallus-like. And then she just walks forward and like very rudely just slaps on the ship and just like, I'll call you Big Sexy.
Make an insight check.
Okay. Jesus. 18.
The ship likes the nickname.
I don't know how a ship is conveying this to me at this very moment, but
you don't know either. It's strange. You suddenly get the feeling that the ship likes it.
Very good. Keep walking in.
You guys still on the deck, Ellison and Andromeda?
Mhm.
Cool.
What is going on?
I just sort of take in y'all's appearances and just nod at the both of you. Like, how tall is everyone so far?
I'm 5'11".
5'11".
Yeah, about the same.
Oh shit! So Mitsuki's wearing heels. So currently she's like 5'7" or something like that. But you can tell she's much shorter without them. So she looks up a little bit and it's just like, well, whatever else there is to say, it's nice to meet you.
You as well. Welcome aboard.
Ellison just has a hand on his dog, and the dog looks like it's physically trying to restrain itself from like banging over to you. Its tail is just like whoop, 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 whoop on the deck.
Yeah. I need to check something very quick. Mitsuki does not like dogs, and she just made it very apparent with her face. Nice dog.
Thanks. Nice hair.
And the double doors open again. And who walks out but Benjamin Kennedy?
Let's go. Ben looks at the ship and he says, "Oh wow, bigger than mine, bigger than my beholder. Not quite as big, the biggest I've seen, but it's gonna be good. Looks like a good ship. Is that a fresh coat of paint? Hot damn." And he keeps walking. Who's outside? Who's he immediately see? Everyone or
Everyone.
everyone?
Except for Alan, and then Pieces.
Yeah. He says, "Wow, so it's good to see y'all. It's good to see that we all made it through the same double doors out here. Right in front of the ship. Captain, got a question for you.
Sure.
Is this the same ship from last time, or is this a new ship?"
Same. New name,
Oh.
fresh paint, but same vessel.
Got it. Yeah, I saw the fresh paint. I figured I was like, this could be a good clean over.
I think the collective thinks that's all it takes. It's a
That
fresh coat of paint and a new name. So
I really don't think that probably don't think that was a good idea. I'm gonna be real. They probably should have got a new ship.
I would agree. I mean, I'm more than happy to be back home on this one, but no, I would agree. Yes.
Yeah. My therapist says you're not supposed to quite look too quickly at things that might bring up bad memories, until you're ready. I don't know. So, is there a way I can put complaints? I mean, I'll put a complaint in expeditiously. I don't know if that
you
much
might
will
have
help.
to wait until we get back. I mean, I guess you could
Gotcha.
sort of go through the doors and shout it. Someone would probably hear.
You know what?
But-
No, you're right. Yeah, I will do that. And he turns around to the double doors and opens it. It
And
goes-
Alan
Yeah.
is standing right there in the doorway.
Hi.
Oh, hey, Alan. You can walk by. I'm just about to do some screaming.
I look at Captain and I'm just like, sort of my expression is like, this is a little silly. Like, as long as we do our jobs, a craft can't necessarily be unlucky.
No, as perhaps the only person who can attest to it, it was not the ship's fault. Not to worry. So
Then there'll be no problem.
let's hope so. Kind of a very awkward smile.
Ben, what are you yelling down the hall?
Oh, yeah, he says, he screams down the hallway, "Y'all should have got a new ship. You know how hard it can be to face trauma. What is wrong with you people?" And then, it's no class. And he closes the doors and walks behind Alan.
Good job. Good
Goes,
yelling.
Thank you. You know, you should try some. It really helps, you know, bolster confidence, I like to think.
Yeah, I grew up in a place where you had to be really quiet, so it's not really in my nature to be all like, but I'll try it sometime. Maybe when we're like out in space, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold us to it.
Okay, sounds good. Hold his hand up for like a fist bump.
Fist bumps you back.
Cool.
Sometime over the next maybe like 10-15 minutes, who I'm lovingly referring to as the NPCs, all get on the ship one by one, and with the last one, who is the Fire Genasi, is the tiefling woman that kind of interviewed you all, and she steps onto the ship with the Genasi, with Leora, and makes a beeline for Andromeda. You're all set to go whenever you're ready, unless you need anything else from us.
No, I don't think. Does anyone need anything from Charity? Shouting across the ship.
Shouts back, no!
Right. No, I think we're ready to go.
Okay. Well, you know, untether whenever you're ready. You don't need to re-link. You should still be linked from last time, right?
Yes.
Have you tested yet? Okay. Well, if you need anything, I put 3 sending scrolls in your bedroom. So just let me know.
Wonderful. Thank you. Right. See you soon, hopefully.
Be safe.
Maybe.
See you soon.
I
she
think-
walks off the ship.
Yeah, I think Andromeda kind of like shucks their coat off, like tosses it over the fucking railing and just stands in front of the wheel, like rubs their hands together and is like, all right, everyone, we ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't know how to get the ship going, but I will do what that, yep,
Cool.
that's what I'm doing.
So you kind of take a moment to center yourself at the helm of this ship. And everybody else who's not Andromeda, go ahead and make me a perception check.
$14.
14, 8,
11.
11,
25.
25.
Nice.
So Ben and Ellison, you watch as the long silver rope that was tying the ship to the dock slowly begins to unravel. No one's touching it. Nothing's happening, but kind of as Andromeda readies themselves to captain and to drive this ship, the ship seems to be responding and getting itself ready to go as well. There in front of you, kind of off to the right a little bit, is this like shimmering silvery colored like pool that's kind of just sits humming with potential energy. And you begin, Andromeda, with no words, just thought, steering this ship in that direction. As the ship passes through the portal, you all end up somewhere else. You were previously in the black, dark void of space. And as you pass through, you are now suddenly in the astral sea. Everybody, including Andromeda, go ahead and make me another perception check.
18.
13.
10.
7.
16.
Okay. Anyone who got above a 15, Give me 1 second to change the music, because we're in the Astral Sea now.
Hell yeah, we are.
Woo woo!
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
So anybody who got above a 15, you kind of are looking around as you're going through this portal, and you see kind of from like the back of your neck and the back of your companion's neck, everybody starts to gain their own like thin version of the cord that is attached to the ship. It kind of appears very suddenly as you pass through, and everybody has one. It's all exactly the same length. It all comes from exactly the same place. And you begin to travel through the Astral Sea. The Astral Sea is bright, and it's quite honestly the opposite of where you just were. This like bright gray color. There's some chunks of matter floating off in the distance. Welcome to the Astral Sea.
Were we all basically just standing around our captain, or were we like in seats or anything like that?
It's totally up to you. There are like chairs, but there was no like everybody strap in and get ready to go. Like,
Okay.
'cause it more looks like a normal sailing ship than it does like a spaceship.
Right. Okay. Oh, interesting. I think Mitsuki just takes the time to like look into the sea, probably not really ever experiencing it to this level or degree whatsoever, and it's admiring it.
I'm not even.
No, go for it. Mara, then CJ.
I'm not even sure Alan has realized that they left yet. Alan is just searching the ship for a good place to hang their punching bag from. Like trying to find the good place, fully consumed with like trying to figure it out, make sure there's enough room to move around it. Yeah, 100%.
Make me an investigation check.
Whew. That is a 6. Minus
Incredible. For some reason, you don't think to open any doors, and so you're trying just to hang it somewhere on the deck of the ship. Not working well. What's up, CJ?
I think I was coughing, but I'll talk.
You don't have to if you don't have anything to say. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's fine. I was thinking. I am always thinking. It's a curse. But Ben kind of like gets up from the chair once we kind of keep moving through the void, and kind of looks out the space window and says, "Oh yeah, it's been a while. Long time no see. Space." Says, you any of y'all seasoned space travelers?
No.
I'm sorry, did you say you're on the deck still?
Yeah.
From the helm, Andromeda just kind of like nods and goes, all my life, really.
Says, good to know. Always like to know who's good at what. No wonder you're the captain.
Yeah.
Who else is around?
Not around.
Everybody except for Leora and Burke, who have kind of moved to their stations. Burke to the engine room, Leora to the galley to start like setting up all of his collection of kitchen knives.
I love him. Yeah, I guess he'll go out and pack or something. He'll go find where he's sleeping. Do we know already where we're at, or?
No. You kind of have the ship to explore if you'd like.
Oh yeah, I say, Cap, which way to the rooms?
I will point whichever direction. Are they like the same way, or are they on like opposite sides?
They're the same way.
Beautiful. I will point. Just down that way, end of the hole.
Alrighty. Thank you kindly.
Of course.
I'm gonna change into my not hunting shoes.
Right.
As Benjamin kind of walks off, Lorelai walks up to Andromeda. This like big scroll that they're unfolding as they do. So it looks like it's going to take us about 10 days to get to the other pool. Does that sound right?
Does it to me?
Yeah, took about 10 days last time.
Yeah, whereabouts, assuming nothing goes horribly awry. Yes.
Okay. How you doing?
It's kind of an odd mix of this is the closest I've been to her in a year, and I would rather be anywhere but here. It's a weird... I am focusing on steering the ship. That's about all I'm allowing myself to have room for at the moment. How are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault?
No, but it still fucking sucks.
That it does. Yes.
Yeah.
I said yes, so it's on me, really.
Give me 1 second. And they kind of lift their hand up. And from out of nowhere in this like big gray space, you see this tiny little like spectral seahorse come floating down and land on your shoulder. I'll just leave Chester with you. So you have someone. And also, if you need me, you can.
Right. Hello, Chester. Thank you, I suppose.
Yeah, well, leave you with a piece of me. I'm gonna go make sure they don't. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. Just keep an eye.
Yeah. Okay. Chester can get me if you need me.
Great. Does Chester understand? Like, can I speak?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
He's a multi-talented seahorse.
Chester. I mean, what seahorses aren't these days? I can't speak.
Do you know multiple?
No, I'm being sarcastic. Lorelai.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'll be here with Chester. You go,
Okay. Right. Starts walking awkwardly backwards.
Andromeda kind of just like squints at Chester with this like, do you really? All right, and then just
He blinks
on staring again.
very slowly.
Right. Okay. Right, Chester. Carry on. I just keep staring.
What else is everyone up to? What else is? Yeah, that was a correct.
You were right.
Yes.
I was gonna follow Ben to like check out rooms.
Sure. Mitski, Alan, are you also following?
Might as well. Yeah, I think I'm very curious as to our rooming situations because I still don't know that we are rooming together.
Yeah. So Ben kind of leads the charge and you walk down the hallway. And there's 2 doors. Both of them have like a little sign on them that say like bedroom and bedroom. In fact, all the rooms are labeled. And Alan, you do, as you're walking by, notice the training room that is very clearly labeled, as well as the arcane lab, the galley, and the engine room. And yeah, there's 2 doors. They're kind of right across the hall from each other. Both of them are labeled bedroom.
So I take it there's 2 for everyone here.
What?
I open one up.
Odd or even?
Even.
Even. Incredible.
Sorry.
You're good. So you open up into a room that is like plushy, I say, is like the way to describe it. The beds look like they have like these big comforters on them. And there's 4 beds that are all like a double type size. And there are like empty picture frames on the wall. There's a couple desks. There's a like a nice little reading chair in the corner. And yeah, that's what this room is.
Blushy. It seems like something the actress would like. I kind of yelled down the hallway, "Hey, Cap, are all these rooms the same?"
No, they're slightly different, the two.
I got a plushy one. What's the other one look like? You know what? I'm gonna just open it.
I open it like.
The other room, much brighter, is kind of the first thing that you notice. But Ellison, as you open the door, you, with your experience with magic and your kind of just like innate arcane knowledge, know that like this light can be changed and become dimmer or brighter if you need it to be. There are the beds are a little bit smaller and they're a little bit less decorative, but because those beds are smaller, there's a lot more space for the desks that are kind of surrounding the walls of this room. There are like little test tube containers that are kind of like fastened to the wall. There is room for like tinkering and room for writing and just a bunch of like different supplies that you may need to do any sort of like experimenting.
Right, well, this room's for the clever clogs among us. That any of you?
There's only 2 rooms.
Yes, ma'am. 1, 2.
Ben speed walks into the sciencey looking room.
Yeah, I feel like Alan takes one look at the small beds in that room and is like, no, and goes into the other room.
And I think Mitsuki just sighs and just like bottles up what she's feeling, which is that she's a dumbass and wants her own room. But goes into presumably the sciencey based one.
Ellison like kind of checks it out and then like realizes his dog isn't next to him and then peeks into the other room and Maggie's just spragging on one of the beds.
Yes, Maggie.
All right, well, it's my choice.
Tail wagging. Incredible. This day of travel kind of proceeds. Although it doesn't, the sun doesn't set, there is no sun. But you all kind of can tell that the day as you know it is kind of drawing to a close. On this first day of travel, is there anything anyone would like to do?
I would like to maybe just like as soon as I feel like the ship is on a steady enough course that I can step away for a moment, find a nice quiet spot towards the front of the ship and just like pull out a couple gold coins, leave it on the railing and just kind of like say a very soft like please don't wreck our ship to the god Isla, and just kind of leave my little offering there and go back to the helm.
I'm gonna go talk to Alan.
Okay. Alan, where are you?
I feel like Alan is exploring the ship, going around trying to figure out like where all of the records will get stored, like the organization system if there is one, and if there isn't, kind of starting to set it up. Yeah.
So I'm just like, I think we just maybe chance upon each other in the hallway or so. And I guess I think Mitsuki is just sort of like, so you're our archivist.
More or less, yeah.
Where would those resources be? Are you going to have a specific comms office or what's going on?
I mean, I think I'll check in probably every day and collect any findings you have and sort them. as I think makes the most sense. So I'll check in with you about it, as long as you're keeping it up to date. That'd be great.
These
Do you
are
have a
written
specific-
logs.
However is easiest for you. If you have a way to, whatever's easiest, I can make work.
Good to know.
I'm gonna make copies of everything probably anyway, so just so you know.
Sounds good. Has this always sort of been your expertise, line of work?
Pretty much. I mean, usually, I'm not always the one like doing the cataloging. I'm usually the one like going out and getting the information, but I'm trained in all of this, so I know how to do it well. So, what's your field?
Oh, well, as I said, sort of a translator, linguist.
Cool.
I studied specifically an extinct ancient language.
Oh. Cool. I don't know any, but that sounds really, really cool.
Can I ask you something? Another question?
Yeah, yep.
Back where you studied, was there a particular... For any reason, were you a part of anything specifically created for financial gain or anything like that?
Mine? No. Anybody? I don't know. I never got information. Well, I obviously got information because that was my whole job, but I never was told anything about what kind of information I was getting and for who or for why, really. So I would assume no, but it could be. I don't know for sure.
Assume?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you.
You too. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. I'm here to help. So, keep filling out those logs and we'll be friends in no time.
Oh, so if I don't, we won't become friends?
I mean, I would just prefer that you did because that's like my whole job if you do. Like, we'll probably still be friends. Okay, sorry.
Noted. All right.
Okay.
And then I walk away.
I like your hair. Okay.
Incredible. Anything else people want to do for the rest of the evening?
Yeah, I'd like to find Ellison.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
think Allison's just on one of the big plushy beds, sorting through like the very few belongings that he has.
Very cool.
Something that I should note about the bedroom, as you kind of have claimed your bed, the empty picture frames on the wall start to fill in. And you see like a picture of like a smiling pink tiefling, like giving a thumbs up. You see an old angry man and a big dog in a treehouse, looking just upset. And you see two people putting their hands on the shoulder of this like young child with short dark hair, and this like eerie green glow fills the rest of the picture frame.
Oh, that's ominous as hell.
That was Ellison's.
Okay.
Just want to clarify.
It was like, oh.
Yeah, you see pictures of a bunch of people that you don't know on the wall.
Literally, I was like, oh, this got horrific real fast. But
yeah, so that's what's on the wall near Ellison's room near Ellison's bed as you walk in, Benjamin.
Gotcha. So you see him walking in with like a small, I forget what these things are called, like note, but a little notebook. There we go. They're called notebooks. He walks in and he says, with a pen, and he says, Ellison. We haven't had a chance to talk very much.
Yep.
Says, and what's your specialty on the ship?
Oh, well, I do magic. If you need an arcanist, I guess. But, everyone does magic, so. Do you do magic?
Not much, not anything to sneeze at.
Right.
I dabble sometimes. Wonderful. And you see him writing this down as you tell him this. And he says, cool. Another question. If you had to be a kitchen utensil, what would it be?
That's heavy. Probably a fork.
Ah, very useful. Pronged. Any particular reason?
It's the only kitchen utensil I could think of. Why do you need to know? Is this a test?
And he closes the notebook and he says, no, just collecting information.
Right. Oh, okay. Yep.
And he says, nice photos. I hope we'll talk more soon.
I think Ellison looks around, hasn't realized that the photos have filled, and just kind of freezes. Yep. What?
And he leaves.
Incredible. Anything else before you guys head to bed? All right. At the end of this day of travel, everybody please roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Jesus.
Natural 20.
As a note, I don't know how this would work, but anyone within 10 feet of me gets a +3 to that because paladin reasons.
So anybody in the home comforts room gets +3.
Thanks.
Dirty 20.
17.
12.
13.
Andromeda.
Yeah.
Sleep does not come easy to you most nights,
Mm-hmm.
but this night in particular is especially rough for a multitude of reasons. You're worried that the ship will get off course somehow. You're worried that you'll wake up and everyone will be gone. You're worried that maybe this has all been a dream the whole time. But eventually, you find yourself asleep. You, in your dreams,
Mm-hmm.
see yourself and your old crew. And you're walking through a cavern. You're walking, and it's cold and dark and damp. And eventually you make it to a larger opening with glowing mushrooms of all kind of different sizes and species. And you see this small pond of water. And at that moment, you've kind of been reminded that you haven't had anything to drink in a while. And so you lean down and you pull out your water skin. And as you go to fill it, you look at your reflection in the water and your face is gone.
Like
It's
a
just
void
blank.
gone, or skin with no
like
features.
skin with no features gone.
Hate that. Amazing.
What do you do?
Can I like put my hand up where like my nose would be and see if it feels smooth?
It feels just there's nothing.
Great. You said the old crew's there?
Mm-hmm.
I think out of habit, kind of like puts a hand back to grab my wife. Or really anyone.
Nothing. Nothing is there. And you
Can
put your
I
hand out and you whip your
see?
head. They're all gone.
Cool. Can I like, because I know sometimes, right, like in nightmares, there's that moment where it's so unrealistic that you kind of go, this is a dream. Does that happen at all during this? Or am I just
I don't
living in
think
this?
so. I think you're just
Great.
living in it.
I think it's a lot of just kind of like running, stumbling, reaching for people.
And eventually you wake up with a start.
I think Andromeda, who is very used to nightmares at this point, kind of just like manages to silently get themselves under control. Like looks around the room, sees, I'm assuming everyone's sleeping,
Mhm.
and then gets out of bed and goes to the helm and stays awake for the rest of the night.
Out of the corner of your eye, as you get up out of bed, there's a picture of your wife and you sitting on the rooftop of a building somewhere in the galaxy, laying down and pointing at the stars. And with that image in your mind, you walk back to the helm. And that is where we're going to take our break.
Nice.
We will be back in about 10-ish minutes at 4:15 EST. So be sure to come back and to see where we go from here. We'll see. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Over the break, we posted the full character art over on our Twitter. So if you want to go see the full body images of our explorers, go ahead and check us out over on Twitter at Starlight Tales _. Thank you to Abby, also known as Ipathia, for that incredible art. Wow, is this party so hot? And I'm never going to forget that. So yeah, for those of you just tuning in, just another content warning. This is a horror campaign. Please, viewer discretion be advised, and our specific content warnings will come up in the chat every now and then. We left off with Andromeda having a not so fun dream. Yeah, probably not the best. And heading back to the helm to spend the evening there. Anyone else have anything that they want to do during the night while people are sleeping?
Who else is rooming with Benjamin and I again?
So it is the two of you, and then it is Leora and Burke.
Okay, cool. And the
fire genasi and the goblin.
The scary monkey robot is also in this room.
Yep. He doesn't sleep, so he's just kind of standing in the corner.
No.
This is a being that can decide to be asleep or not.
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. I think truly one of the last things I ask Burke before settling down herself is like, that's not alive, right?
Well, like, it depends on what you mean by alive, like, kind of, sort of.
Is it a robot? It's not breathing.
Like a construct.
Okay.
I made it myself.
That's incredible. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Sleep well. Okay. The rest of the night, yes.
Oh, I was just gonna say a very quick note for me. Whenever it is nighttime and everyone's like in bed, Allison like waves his hands, and there's like 4 like dancing green glowing lights above his bed. That's it.
Thank you. At the beginning of the day, Jess, I need you to roll me both a Constitution save and just a D20.
That's a 4 on the con.
Oh, good.
And an 18 on the D20.
Cool. Roll me a D12.
Let's say 2.
A 2. You wake up in the morning, and your whole body feels heavy. You try to kind of like sit up in bed a little bit, and it's just not happening. You'll go ahead and roll me 2d10, and your HP maximum is going to decrease by that amount for the day.
My D10. Okay. Oh, now I roll.
Oh.
Oh,
I got 2 9s.
Cool. So go ahead and remove 18 hit points, and then your maximum decreases by that amount.
So wait, my maximum is minus 18, and then I take 18 like further.
So like it kind of happens at the same time, right? Like you lose the 18 and it removes from your maximum at the same time.
Okay. I was gonna say.
So I think you should end up with, if you can do math,
I have 36.
Yeah, 36.
Oh.
What? Christ.
Oh no!
word of Alan's. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's the small boy.
And the day begins.
Great.
The way that we're going to kind of do these 10 days of travel, we're going to do them in 2 5-day blocks and treat the 5-day block as like a day so that we're not, sitting here and doing 10 days of travel. So this first block of time, what would you all like to do?
I'm in pain.
Yeah. Is there sort of any point where we have a little meeting amongst everyone in the crew, or at the very least us 5?
That would be up to the captain.
I mean, if it was requested, you could totally do that, but if not, probably not. But there totally can be.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the captain.
Yeah,
kinda-
Andromeda looks like shit. It's kind of like leaning on the wheel.
Mitsuki's just like, good morning. Oh my.
Oh, okay. Hi, good morning, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Mitsuki's just fine. Captain Andromeda.
Either, whatever
Okay.
you prefer.
Andromeda. Is there gonna be any, I don't know, summarized briefing, some sort of personality, what's that fucking thing? What, a chemistry sort of read, a test that we were gonna do together?
We're sort of just kind of focused on getting us to the dead zone, but if you need like a meeting with the crew, that can be arranged.
I just figure it is important in my line of work or just experience that I meet the people and sort of get an idea of who I'm working with.
Right. Sure, we can have a meeting. Is Lorelei anywhere nearby?
Yeah.
I'll kind of like motion a hand over to them.
Yes.
Hi, good morning. Mitsuki was wondering if we could have sort of a crew meeting. I'm steering and lookout at the moment, but would you be able to coordinate everyone?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to lead the meeting?
I just kind of, I like look at Mitsuki like your meeting. Would you like to lead it?
No, you. That's fine. I can
Oh, I
also
was talking
take
about you.
lookout. Oh, what? Hi.
I have no problem with that. That should be fine.
Right.
With you leading, with me, you gotta specify. No problem with what?
With me leading.
Okay, cool. Then do you want to get people, or do you want me to?
Oh, if you could, that'd be very nice.
Okay, yeah. I will go do that.
Thank you, Lorelei.
You're welcome. You get a message in your head, Andromeda. That's just, oh my god, that one terrifies me. As
Andromeda just kinda,
Lorelei
like,
is walking away.
In Lorelai's direction.
Where's kind of everybody on the ship as Lorelei comes to collect you all?
Training room, for sure.
Training room.
Training room.
But I have a very important question, Reed.
Mm.
Were there any pictures in Alan's frames when they woke up?
No.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
We don't have that. Do we have that?
No, you don't.
Okay. Great.
Sorry, so sad. Okay. Alan and Benjamin are in the training room. What are you guys up to? What are you doing?
Ben is basically hanging from a bar and doing like sit-ups at a 100 like the hardest version of sit-ups in existence, because he knows that he can't really quite run here except for like a treadmill, but it's not quite the same. Yeah, and then like he gets down when someone else comes in. He's drenched in sweat and he's shirtless.
feel like Alan is in in the corner doing like shadow boxing, has some earbuds in, kind of deal. Shadow boxing, in like shorts and a sports bra. Kind of has to crouch down a little bit, so it's not quite the effect that she would like to be going for. But
incredible. The door creaks open, and Lorelai is standing there. Hello.
Yeah.
hi.
Hi. The captain asked me because Mitski asked them to get everybody together for a meeting.
Why? That sounds very convoluted. Why didn't Mitski just ask us?
I don't know, but I'm too afraid to ask.
Oh, why are you afraid? Is there is there a monster or something? Like, see something scary?
Not a monster. Just a woman.
Oh. I mean, all right, I get that. Okay, yeah.
All right, well, if you could finish up in here and meet us out on the deck,
Like-
that would be great.
Is it like right now? Like expeditiously, or?
Yeah, like, do I have time to like take a quick rinse off?
I probably should have asked more information. And Mitski, in your head, Lorelai goes, give me 1 second. Mitski, in your head, you hear, hey, I've got a question from the folks. Is this a right now meeting? Or like, can they shower first? They kind of smell a bit. And you have 25 words to respond.
Mitski just says, let them know they can come at their leisure, but we're gonna ideally have it soon rather than later.
Okay. You don't get a response. Lorelai goes, not really a clear answer, but just like as close to now as possible.
Jeez, what on earth is that urgent?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you guys seen Ellison?
No. I've been in here for the last 6 hours.
I think last I saw was when they were in our room, so, but not since then.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll see you guys in a bit.
All right, bye.
Bye. And they turn around and I'm sorry. I rolled a 5 for their charisma.
Yeah.
So, she's really just doing their best. Ellison, are you still in bed?
Ellison's actually in the kitchen or anything kind of similar. Just kind of
Sure.
grinding some herbs and making tea.
Sure. Leora is there with you. You see that he has summoned like a little mushroom with eyes that's on fire, who's kind of walking around the kitchen with him to like help, like grabbing spices and stuff. And Leora is working on making breakfast.
Ellison like stares dead-eyed at it for a bit. Is like, okay. Continues like making tea.
Are you a chef as well, or just someone who likes plants and grinding them together?
No, I just know a little bit of medicine.
Oh, I do as well. Yeah. I'm connected mostly with fungus.
Right.
Like I can turn into like a kind of me, but also kind of a mushroom type being.
Cool. Could I ask you a favor?
Sure.
Yeah, would you warn me before you turn into a mushroom? Because I'm fragile right now, and I don't think I can handle that.
Oh, I wasn't planning on doing it right now. But, or like really ever. It's really more of like an emergency scenario. like if I am in combat, which I'm not planning on being in combat ever, but like I'll let you know. If I can give you a warning, I'll let you know. Do you want a muffin?
No.
Okay. And at that moment, Lorelai kind of walks in. Hey, Ellison, Leora. Mitski asked the captain, who asked me to get everybody together on the deck for a meeting. So, if you could come. Not now, but as close to now as possible, that'd be great.
What do you think that means?
I was too afraid to ask.
I'm gonna come now.
Okay. And eventually everybody kind of gathers on the deck of the ship.
Ellison's in this
Burke
like,
included.
huge oversized like jumper. And there's kind of like some like broken capillaries around his eyes.
And Mitski just like locks eyes with you and is like just flinches a little too hard for just looking at a person, and just kind of goes and looks at you and then looks back at the captain and is like, "Are we in need of a spa day already?" Like,
Man. Yeah, y'all look awful.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
It's a tea.
well, I if we need a moment to freshen up and have some coffee or something. Maybe
I'm
we
all
can-
right. Thanks.
What's this meeting about?
The meeting simply to pool all of our heads together, brief ourselves for, or I suppose remind ourselves of what each of us are going to provide to this mission, our next course of specific action, if there is any. And am I wrong to think that we should have a little introductory, a little bit more than just saying each other's names and such?
I mean, if you think it will help you, then sure. Do you want like favorite color or?
Yeah.
You can tell me whatever you'd like to know. I can start if that's
Yeah.
how we're going
Yeah,
to do
yes.
this.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. Well, I am Mitski Hiden. You don't have to call me doctor. I'd prefer if you didn't. I am here, was asked to be on this expedition specifically because I have not only decoded the language of a extinct ancient group of people, as well as the potential residents within the dead zone. I have created a cipher, if that's something that anyone is particularly interested in learning, if that may be of interest to you or use to us when it comes to communications. This cipher connects these languages as well as a few other grammatical, other sorts of framings. Count on me for linguistic trouble. If you bring me any writing, I will be able to read it. If you want to be able to understand a language you don't know, I can help you with that as well. And let's see. Yes, I am of a theatrical background as well as academic. I'm from Sirmia, so if you know what the Lucky Spiral Shards are all about, you would know that art and language and being lucky is sort of our thing, my thing. You can count on me for communications-based things. I'm assuming I will need to be sort of the voice for this group, which I have no problem with. If I'm ever unclear, please do let me know. Popcorn style, or... Alan?
Hi, I'm Alan. I'm here to catalog information correctly and make sure that it all is filled out accurately and stored and makes its way out, hopefully with us. So that's my whole deal. I was sent by my boss, the Kalarid Institute, more or less. So I know a lot about libraries, but I'm also good at hitting things should that be necessary at any point. So that's me. Somebody else, please go. Let me know if you have any information you need cataloged, and I would love to retrieve that from you. And also, please fill out your logs. Okay, go.
Right. I am Captain Andromeda. Captain is fine. Andromeda is fine. Any combination is fine. I was a pirate for many years, so kind of from everywhere and nowhere, but I grew up in the Kalaran system in the capital. Kind of bounced around. As I think probably some of you know, was asked to return to this expedition because, as far as anyone knows, I am the only person to explore the Dead Zone and return. I don't particularly like talking about it, but I will do my very best to make sure we all come home, wherever home may be. That's all. Ellison, would you like to?
Ben, why don't you go first?
Yeah, I can do that. And you see that he is like fidgeting with the equivalent of a Rubik's Cube, if not just a Rubik's Cube, as everyone is speaking. He's like, Benjamin, you, Kennedy, originally from Valkanus, not much of a home right now. I got a dog. I don't like peaches. And I am the resident survivalist. As the more I hear about you all, the more I understand why I am here. And it is to secondarily keep you alive, lest you get into any trouble. I specialize in search tactics, finding things, ambush, nighttime stuff, and long-range killing. Well, I don't kill much, but yeah.
What dog do you got?
What'd you say?
What kind of dog do you got?
Says, I got me a corgi back at home. His name's Bruce. I miss him very much. Got a neighborhood kid watching over him.
I'm Ellison. I wasn't scouted or sent here like many of you. I came here of my own accord because I had a vision that this is where I should be. I can do various kinds of magic. That's about it.
What sorts of magic?
Like, magic, but like he kind of just like waves his hand and this like arc of like green flame kind of like spirals in the middle. That's so flashy. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you say vision?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I mean, is like manifestation or like a literal vision?
Like a vision, like future vision.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. That's magic-y indeed.
Yep.
And I'll probably ask the same thing for the rest of the crew, Lorelai, Leora, Burke, specifically not the construct monkey. I just like have all of them like introduce themselves
Yeah.
and like
Just quickly, you get that. Oh, can you hear me? Sorry, was I
Yeah.
cutting out?
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. You get that Burke kind of grew up in the Atron system, where the Stella system, where all of the ships are built, and kind of worked as an apprentice for the Burger Brothers, who make most of the ships in the galaxy before they came here. Leora doesn't seem to want to talk much about his background, but is excited about being here and being ready to cook. Said that they can also help with healing if need be. And Lorelai, so a pirate, and as a divination wizard, so things like navigation, scrying, sending, any sort of like identify, things like that are things that they can do for you, and that's what you get from them.
Gotcha. So we have certainly a basic understanding of each other now. When we, this is a question for you, Reed. When we were basically prompted by people from the collective that we met, or also with Charity, is there like, were we given like a packet or like anything that has information specifically talking about anything as far as what we're looking for, if there is such thing, if this mission is truly just check what's up, check what's out there.
So not really a packet, but in the offer letter that you signed, and in the contract, it specifically talked about charting a path through is like the main goal of the expedition. And then they want you to just get as much information as possible. So it's primarily an exploration expedition. Secondary objective is information gathering. And that's why the extra money comes from spending a full day-night cycle on a planet, getting samples, writing logs, writing reports. That's what they want from you, is they want first the path, and then just as much information as you can get about the area.
Okay. Excellent. I think Mitsuki will sort of start a kind of boring conversation that I don't know how to start, about, does it seem like a good idea if we basically come up with an actual exploration charting plan once we're at the dead zone? Do we have an idea of what you want to specifically start with first, Captain?
Look, if I learned anything about the dead zone from my time there, it's that none of us ever have and ever will know anything about the dead zone. You kind of have to take it a day at a time. Honestly, usually an hour at a time. I think we can sit here and plan, but I mean, the reality is we get there and everything could be exactly the same. Everything could be completely different. It's sort of it tells you what it wants from you, and you just kind of figure it out from there, type thing.
Frustrating. Terrible.
Yeah, not a great place. No.
Seems like it'll be fun.
Be something.
I would love to do an insight check on the captain to see if there's anything that, are they afraid right now? How are they feeling? What's their sort of disposition like?
Is that okay with you, James?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and roll an insight check, and then James, if you want to roll against, you can do
Sure.
deception, persuasion, any sort of charisma-based check. You don't have to tell us what it is.
I just lost that dice. Next one. Okay. That's a 22 insight.
Yeah. I think Andromeda, it's like, it's not fear in the like true fear way. It's kind of like, you know, when you're like in line for a roller coaster and the whole time you're freaking out and then you sit down in it and there's that wave of like, I'm in this now, calm.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that. There's a lot of emotion behind the eyes, a lot of sadness, a lot of fear, a lot going on. And just a very clear block to try and hide all of it.
Okay, cool. Mitsuki probably leaves everyone in like this like kind of silent suspense as she's like processing that information. All right, so good to know. We'll take it an hour at a time. Let's see.
We done here, or?
We can be, in that case. There were a few other things that I wanted to mention if they would be relevant, and it's looking like that is not quite the case.
Well, what would make them relevant?
If there's a plan.
Does not sound like there will be a plan. So says Captain's experience.
Yeah. Sounds true.
Wonderful. If anybody wants to use the Rubik's Cube, you can. I'm gonna prepare for dinner. If anyone needs me, or if anyone like to level up their survival skills, let me know. I'll keep taking my notes.
Just before everyone leaves, I want to say the dead zone is brutal space. So if you need to take extra time to sleep, if you need to take extra time to eat, this is the time to do it. It is not a forgiving expedition. So please take care of yourselves. If anyone needs me, I'll be at the helm. Pretty much always.
Noted. I will wave over for Alan, unless anyone else wants to say anything before anybody parts.
Go for it.
Hi. Mitsuki, we'll say that Mitsuki has had like a bag or something on her, and she gives Alan truly maybe like a half of a Bible-sized I guess like I don't even know, just transcripted sort of book almost, and just goes, taps on it and is like, that's a cipher. You're going to need well, how many languages do you know?
4, but really like 3.5.
So this language also accounts for almost about 4 other existing grammatical structures. And this is basically, Mitsuki is like telling you just a little bit about how you're gonna need an intelligence check of 20 to crack this. So.
I was more asking for this so there's an extra copy. I don't think I have the skill set required to go through this, but
why don't you keep it anyway? It might be interesting for me to know how versatile this language can be.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I feel like I should maybe clarify, I'm not a scholar. I just work for scholars. But this is helpful, I think. So thank you very much.
Your capacity, anyone's capacity to academia basically makes them a scholar. It's not necessarily that it's easy, but if you go to a party with a bunch of smart people and wear a tie and make them laugh a little bit, they'll think you're smart. So I think you're just fine.
Well, thanks. Do you need anything from me with this at all?
No. Consider this something that maybe as a request, if you would like to look over it, that would be interesting for me.
I will certainly try. I can make no promises about the outcome, but I'll give it a go.
Amazing.
Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Oh, and Alan,
Huh?
I like your hair too.
Thanks. Thank you.
Incredible. Day's yours.
I would like to talk to the captain this time.
Go for it.
Hell yeah.
As I walk up to the front. And I'm assuming you're steering as per usual, or
Yeah.
something close to.
Like steering, kind of just scanning out into the astral sea.
I sit down in a nearby chair, and I say, good evening, morning? Hello, Captain.
Time's a bit funny out here, but the point came across. Can I help you, or just enjoying the view?
Not so much as the view right now. I'm just curious. This is going to be a very strange question. If you had to be a part of a giant robot, what part of the robot would you be?
I ask why?
It's I have a list of questions that I like to ask people to gauge what type of person that they are and
Right.
what role that they take on best. I understand that you are
Okay.
the captain, but that doesn't really explain anything about you to me.
Right. Okay. Probably one of the arms. I feel like you can do a lot with that.
Wonderful. That makes sense. Great,
Excellent.
great. You spend a lot of time up here.
I do. Yes. I think sort of puts my mind at ease, see what's ahead. Make sure we're on track, that sort of thing.
Do you have to spend so much time steering the ship, or is it kind of...
I mean, it's sort of like a link between the ship and myself. So, I mean, I could wander. I should check in sometimes, just to make sure we're not going to steer into a giant piece of rock or something.
Yes, that
but,
makes sense.
Right. But no, I just sort of like it up here, I think. It's quiet here.
Cool. I have a last question.
Sure.
And I actually think you might be the most interesting person to ask this to. Do you think the gods can hear us in space?
Oh, that is a complicated feeling, I suppose. I think sometimes, I mean, as a pirate, I would say I hope so, because we've all made a lot of offerings and said a lot of nice things to Isla, deity of the astral sea. But pirates are also a very superstitious lot, so I don't know. I think I like to hope so, but experience says maybe not.
That's a good answer.
Thank you. I'm a paladin, so sort of a lot of time to think about these kinds of things.
Indeed. I like you, Captain. I think we will get along.
Thank you. I think so too. How are you finding being aboard? I know it seems like Ellison's having a bit of trouble. Are you adjusting all right?
I am adaptable, as I like to say. The bed seems fine, not quite as fitting for my body, but we make do. And the workout room is on par for what I need.
Good. Glad to hear it.
But I'm sure we will continue to talk some more, Captain. I'm gonna go do some more research.
Best of luck. I will be here.
Have a nice night. And he
You as
heads
well.
out.
Other things over this first chunk of 5 days. Jess, you're muted.
Thank you. At one point, I do want to kind of maybe just as Alan's walking past me, I kind of nod at them and I'm like, you can pet her now. And suddenly this dog is just at your side, pushing its nose into your hand.
Yeah, Alan scrunches down on the ground, get eye level with this dog, and is just shaking the ears around, you're so good, Maggie, you're so good, yes you are, for minutes. It does not stop until you pull Maggie away. It's gonna go on.
Dog.
Correct. At about midday on day 3, who is on the deck? You can pick. Okay. Ben, Ellison, would you be on the deck, do you think, midday?
I think that would actually depend on who else is on the deck, realistically.
So we've gotten Andromeda, Mitski, and Alan.
Andromeda, Mitski, Alan. I think he would be then.
Okay. And
Okay.
Ellison?
Yeah, I'll be on the deck.
Okay. Again, about midday, kind of the days have passed a little bit without incident, although the adjustment is kind of weird and wonky. And at some weird point, 3 gold coins just plop onto the deck of the ship.
Did I put 3 down when have I ever, I am assuming as someone who's been a pirate for a long time, this is a routine. Has this ever fucking happened?
No.
And also, did it happen last time?
No.
Interesting. Can I go check and see if the 3 I put down a couple days ago are still there?
Sure. Yeah, you go check and they're not there.
Just kind of squint between the 2. Right. Okay. I don't know what that is. Anyone?
Make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. I will.
Just Captain?
Just Captain.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I forgot I dumped Dex. Jesus Christ.
No.
That's 13. Lucky 13.
You kind of look up at everybody. Yeah, that was a bonk. You're whacked in the head with a boot. That falls
just a
to the
falling.
deck. Just a falling boot.
It's kind of wince. Look up. Anything?
No. You do take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that's a big bonk.
It's a big bomb.
Can I do a passive Arcana check or something to see if this is a magical effect or?
Yeah, you can roll Arcana.
Okay. 13.
You've never seen anything like this.
So, to be clear, coins appeared out of nowhere and our captain got hit in the back of the head with a boot.
With a boot, yes.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Just one. Singular
Just
boot.
one. Yeah. Hey, Captain, where's that other boot?
I wish I could tell you, Benjamin. Can I look at? Is there another crow's nest?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh, finally something good. Where's my perception? That's a 19.
You look up. No, there's no one in the crow's nest.
Hmm.
Can I make like a religion check to see if from a pirate superstitious brain this would feel like an omen?
Absolutely.
That anything?
Whoa.
Oh, garbage. 7.
Oh.
You've never really heard of anything like this happening before.
Right.
If
I'll just pick up the
relevant, yeah, if relevant, I wanted to. Could I do an investigation check to basically just like move and look over? Maybe if there's like a ladder or anything, I can go up that feasibly. But would
Yeah.
that be something I could do?
Yeah, absolutely. To kind of see if you can get what.
Get some kind of origin of the boot, or like if there are any other signs that we're getting.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead and as you're climbing up the crow's nest, investigation.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You can look and you kind of this point in the sky where out of nowhere like a wooden staff with like a glowing blue crystal on the end just appears and falls and clatters to the deck of the ship.
Alan's gonna, you all see Alan kind of shift and just like pull off some brass knuckles from her belt and just kind of slip those on. Just looking around.
Anyone's staff?
Can I use Mage Hand to pick up the staff and like
Absolutely.
take a closer look at it?
Yeah, make me an Arcana check.
I'm so good at these, apparently. Oh my god. 12.
12.
Oh, so poorly.
I know.
Definitely magical. Definitely
Okay.
picking up a magical vibe.
Yep.
We could break it.
No.
Ooh. Can I use another cantrip?
Sure.
Can I date object?
Absolutely. What does that do?
I can determine approximately how old a specific non-living object is. I get a sense for current age, previous age, future age. The DM determines what constitutes an age.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is such a long spell description.
I think I kind of get a vibe. You're just figuring
Yeah.
out how old it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does this look like as you cast it?
It's kind of like Elson reaches out his hand and then like he's wearing gloves. And then from the glove kind of like a weird like ghostly green hand comes out and just hovers, picks up the staff and brings it to him.
You get a sense that this maybe about 20, 25 years old.
Alright, so it's no ancient artifact. Do I like recognize the crystal?
Doesn't seem to be any particular type of crystal, just like a blue, like arcane crystal.
Do I remember seeing this staff at any point in the redacted floating stuff? In the
Make me a history
Fizzle.
check.
Okay. Oh, that's good. 17.
Yes.
Was this on? Can I message you a question?
You absolutely can message me a question.
Thank you. It just feels easier than trying to redacted my way around what I'm trying to say.
Loading redacted.
I'm gonna keep doing my Rubik's Cube.
The answer to that is yes.
Oh. Okay. Andromeda kind of holds out a hand to the mage hand and goes, "May I?"
Yeah, be careful.
I grab it and I kind of look it over. Wait, how fucking impulsive is she? Oh, very. Okay, great. I'm gonna try and break it in half.
Yeah.
Make me a strength check.
Great. I'm good at those. If I can fucking roll. Oh my god, it's a natural 1. What the fuck?
I'll give you
so
advantage. I'll give
Thank
you
you.
advantage because of the narrative satisfaction of this
Jeez.
moment.
It's not much better though. What the fuck is my strength? It's an 11.
An 11.
Is it like
kinda
really
cracks.
thin, maybe? I'll
Kinda
try
cracks a
again.
little
I'm like
bit.
really fucking trying to like.
Yeah, it's embarrassing a little bit at this point how
Sure.
much effort it takes to do it, but it does eventually break
Yeah.
in half. And
I feel like
kind
the
of,
first time Andromeda tried to do it like on the bad leg, and then kind of fuck, and then
Yeah.
did it on the other.
and
leg.
as you break it in half, the kind of glowing glowing blue
Love
from
glowing
the crystal fades.
Hold it.
Captain?
You're
This no. This is. We're not in the dead zone yet, right? Is that true?
Nope.
Sorry, I'm a little. Would anyone care particularly if I just kind of like threw this into space?
Everybody
what-
make me a perception check.
What on earth is it?
It's a bad memory.
5.
Got a 9.
17.
12.
22.
Benjamin and Ellison, you hear a dripping sound.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Coming
I'll go,
from where?
What? Yeah. Where?
Coming from about the same place that the staff came from.
Say, should something be leaking, Captain?
You look
What?
up, and there's just a steady stream of blood. The same kind of stream that you get when you accidentally leave the sink on overnight. That empty, hollow, dripping sound. And it goes for about 15 seconds until it stops.
Oh.
Can I cast see invisibility?
Sure.
Great. I would love to do that. Do I fucking see anything? I don't know what the range on it is, but let me check.
Yeah, tell me the range.
Let me see. It does not say. It just says you see invisible
I think
creatures and
it's
objects
just what
as if they
you
were
can
visible.
see. Yeah.
And I do not have dark vision because I hear.
The only invisible object that you see is a large dog who seems to be like bounding into existence next to Ellison.
What?
But that's it.
Oh, not that.
Oh, okay.
This is
I'm gonna
Maggie.
say,
Maggie goes invisible sometimes.
love that.
So valid.
Maggie.
Truly. Me too, Maggie.
Hey, what you doing, Cap? Wait, was that Captain or was that Ellison who did see invisibility?
No, it's Captain.
Me.
Okay. So, what you doing, Cap?
I just cast a spell in case anyone was lurking.
Oh.
It seems we're alone, but I'm not quite sure. We're not even in the dead zone yet, so I don't know why things from the dead zone are appearing on the ship. So can I throw it? Sorry, is everyone okay if I just kind of throw this? Can I?
Yeah.
You
Sure.
want me
Great,
to get to the boot too that hit you on the head? I can throw that over too. Or you can.
be great.
Be cathartic.
No, feel
Okay.
free, please.
Okay.
I would love to throw
Cathartic.
the pieces of staff as fucking far as I can.
Oh.
Or the boot.
Ben is gonna put on his goggles. Very unsure at what is going on here.
Yes. Let me pull up your goggles again so that I know what you get. Or you could tell me. Either or is fine.
Yeah, so he sees, he already had dark vision, but he has dark vision to, I think, 90 feet. He sees invisible creatures, objects within 60 feet. He can see into the ethereal plane, as well as ghostly and translucent things, and he can see through solid matter. the radius of like 60, every day. Also, he can switch it into spyglass mode, which which
Like a
magnifies
magnifying
things.
glass.
Yeah, it's a magnifying glass.
You kind of plop your goggles onto your head. You look around. Yeah, there's no invisible creature. Kind of looking into the ethereal plane, you don't really see much of anything alarming or anything out of the ordinary. Yeah.
Cool. He communicates that you all see Ben kind of walk away and then come back really quickly, and he has these like gnarly looking goggles on with like accents of like purple and gold, and one of them has like a long telescope, and you see him kind of like clicking them almost like a Spy Kid style, and they like switch and change, and he starts looking through a bunch of things as they glow, and he says nothing in the ethereal plane, nothing invisible, nothing out far. He says I'm gonna be real, this is fucking weird.
Yeah.
I like smear some of the blood between my fingers and like investigate it.
Sure. What are you trying to glean?
Like if this is fresh blood, and if it's like human blood, or like
Sure.
it's real
Make a
blood.
medicine check.
A medicine check, okay. Oh boy, look at you. Oh, good lad. 17. It's the, one of the highest rolls.
Not fresh. Definitely old. You're unsure how old. And this seems to have every indication of being humanoid. Not maybe human, but humanoid for sure. Not like animal or monstrous.
But it's not fresh blood, so I don't know what that gleans.
Has the same amount of time passed between like was the rate at which the things fell the same amount? Like,
Mhm.
are they all a minute apart? Okay. Has
Yeah,
that
they were
time
all
passed?
about a minute or two, and yes, that time has passed.
It's a duck's out.
Do we think it's done? Should we be worried? I mean, we should probably be worried, but like, should we be worried that something else is coming?
I would hope that the person this staff, and I'm assuming that blood belonged to, is I would assume they would not appear. But also, 10 minutes ago I would have assumed this stuff wouldn't be on the deck. So I don't know. I'm out of my depth a bit.
Captain,
Yes.
I don't want to make you remember too many things all at once. So at your own pace, would you mind telling us what you know about the staff?
Truthfully, not much. Actually, I'm gonna roll. Okay. Look, on our journey, we made it pretty far in, and at one point, made the decision to bring someone who appeared alive aboard, and it was all sort of downhill from there. And I believe this staff belonged to that person, and I don't know what happened to that. They were gone.
You said appeared alive,
Yes,
but they weren't.
I don't know.
Okay.
But the fact that they are not in the dead zone, or that these made it out, is very concerning to me.
Well, do they got beef with you, Cap?
I think it would be fair to say that most of the dead zone has beef with me because I made it out. And that's not something people tend to do.
And now you're going back. All right.
I am, for some reason. Right, I think we should keep a watch. I can I can stand here for some time. But I think we'd best start treating the space we're in now as if we were in the dead zone, because it seems like the dead zone is very eager to welcome us all.
Gotcha.
So the dead zone is not just its own little cryptic place in the galaxy. It is its own entity as well, not necessarily one sapient, but a sentience.
I mean, it's hard to say. A lot of the things that happened then it was a lot, and a lot at once, and on very little sleep. So, truthfully, I don't know what in my memory is real and what is, fever dreams. But I think I tend to speak of the dead zone in that way because that's how it feels to me.
Okay.
Can I take like a hanky or like a napkin out of my pocket and like soak up some of the blood?
Sure.
And then I'm gonna fold it up and put it back in my pocket, and then I'll prestidigitate the rest of it away.
Cool. Leora helps kind of clean it up.
What order of watch will we do? I mean,
I can stay watch with the captain.
Sure.
I'll go rest so that I can pick up where you leave off.
Thank you.
Same.
I'll go rest then. Well, next. Third.
All right. And the 5-day chunk kind of passes by. All of your lookouts see nothing out of the ordinary. You see some like strange creatures, like astral creatures. So you see like, a shark whose like whole body is kind of like this flat, rounded rectangle with these 2 eyes on either side of its face, with like a bunch of motes of light kind of swimming around it. Or off in the distance, you see an astral dragon just kind of flying, minding its own business. Nothing really alarming like this. At the end of this 5-day chunk of time, I need everybody to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Just a reminder again, add 3. Anyone in my room.
So that's anyone in the home comforts room, add 3.
Natural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Incredible.
12.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
11.
11.
Ooh.
All of my d20s to jail. I'm just gonna roll with my mind.
Ellison,
Yeah.
you are still not feeling the best. And because of that, sleep has been difficult. And on this night in particular, when you do eventually fall asleep, you are met with the following dream. You are in a beautiful flowers kind of surrounding you, different sorts of trees and shrubs. It's night and the moon is bright above you. And kind of off in the distance, you see 2 young people, maybe late teens, early 20s. One of them is a gray-skinned tiefling with like white blonde hair. The other is like a honey-skinned eladrin with like this springy green hair. And the 2 of them are kind of whispering in hushed voices in the corner. And you see a number of like black cloaked figures that are kind of in hiding all around the gardens, and they start to walk towards these people. What would you like to do?
Can I threw me off? Can I get closer to like see like what these black cloaked figures look like?
Sure, you start to get closer, and all you see is like these kind of shapeless black forms. But as you do get closer, you notice each of them have blades in their hands.
I can make myself. Okay, I'm gonna cast seeming and make myself and the two figures invisible.
Okay, can you let me know what are the components of seeming? Do you need to talk to cast it?
Is that when it has a V?
Yes.
Level? Yes.
So as you try and speak, there are no words coming out of your mouth.
Oh no.
And you try and cast this spell as these figures walk closer and closer to the couple, who seem to not notice what's happening.
I'm gonna run forward and like try and get their attention.
Yeah, you run forward, you're waving your arms, you're trying to get their attention, and they don't hear you, they don't see you. And eventually, these figures come and just murder them, stab them grotesquely as the two of them collapse to the ground, dead.
Hey, what the fuck?
Okay.
And you wake up.
Okay.
Great. I think Ellison's hand automatically goes to Maggie. But again, used to nightmares and yeah, maybe just paces the room a little bit.
Okay. At the beginning of the next chunk of 5 days, I need the
Hey,
following
Reed,
people.
what the fuck?
This is stream, actually.
Are we dwelling on it? I thought we were done.
Monstrous. I love it.
At the start of the next 5 days, I need the following people to please roll me the following things. Jess, please roll me 2d12. I only need to know if the first one is a 1, and then give me the number of the second one. Mitski, please roll me a d100.
Oh, what is happening? My Rubik's Cube will keep me safe.
43.
43. Okay. Jess, what was the second d12?
Second D12 was a 6.
Okay, and the first one was not a 1? Okay. Your HP is back to normal. And as you wake up, today is an okay day. Not good, not bad, but in a way, after those 5 days of just rough, you're kind of grateful for it. And everybody wakes up. Is there anything anyone would like to do?
Are we still keeping watch, or have we let that scariness pass?
Up to you
That's
guys.
past snow? Okay.
No, we're not.
I will say, I think Andromeda is still keeping watch. Just because that really freaked them out.
Yeah. If you say, like, if you want someone to like take over, like Benny will do it, but if not, he won't.
So valid. I don't think she does. I think
Okay. Yeah.
just kind of sits there unless anyone comes to talk to them.
Yeah, I think at some point Mitski like gets up for what she presumes is the next portion of the watch, and like taps on Ben to come with her.
What's up? We still doing this?
Yeah, aren't we?
Alrighty.
Go up to the helm where Captain is. Is Ellison also there, or did Ellison? Are you parting by that point?
I'm up there, I guess.
Okay. Time for your beauty sleep.
Right.
think I
Thank
need it.
you. Thank you for keeping watch. You feel all right being out here on your own? I think
Yeah.
Lorelai should probably be up soon.
Get 6 hours
A
at
rest
least.
cap.
I can promise 3 and no more, but I will do my best. If you need anything,
Absolutely concerning.
if you need anything, don't hesitate to come get me.
Of course.
Great. Kind of like ease onto their feet again, wince a little bit, and head off to bed.
Like offers you his arm.
I think there's kind of like a side eye, and it's like 50% appreciative, 50% fuck no, I'm too proud for that shit. And kind of just like nods. I'm fine. Thank you. How are you feeling? You seem like you were having a rough go of it.
Yeah, it happens. I'm doing better. Thank you.
Yeah. Right. You'll it evens out after a bit.
What?
Both of you go to sleep.
But we're okay. Just being out here, it settles.
Oh, that's not why I. Yeah, I'm sure it does. Good night.
You need to. Okay. Good night.
As Benjamin sits down I like to think he takes up the same spot every time, with his cube in hand, not even looking up. He says, so, Rumi,
Yeah, Rumi?
what, any extemporaneous knowledge that I should know about you? Or would you like me to ask the same questions that I do everyone else?
You've been asking people questions?
Yeah, I like to get to know folks and, how would you say, their inner machinations and whatnot.
Okay. Sure. Ask me one.
If you were a food, what food would that be?
Just out of any food.
Out of any food?
Well, there's this bitter, sweet sort of honey black licorice that I have back at. This is a usual candy, I suppose, from my home. Something I grew to enjoy. So I suppose black licorice.
That is an interesting answer. No one else has given one like that. I appreciate it.
What food would you be, Benjamin?
If I had to pick something, I guess I would say... maybe rice.
Just plain rice?
Plain rice. Well, you can do a lot of things with plain rice. You can add seasonings. You can eat it as with, honestly, many salads, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Something that is useful. And very resilient.
Is this supposed to be some sort of psychoanalytical test in which the answer is I'm a bitter bitch and you are someone that wants to prove that they are useful and resilient?
No, nothing that scientific. You see, simple questions from a simple person leaves a pathway for folks to answer however they seem fit. And I take that information And I think, how will this person interact with me when things get rough? How do they sleep? How do they eat? What do they do when nobody's watching? Because if you don't answer a simple question in earnest, then that means I should be wary of you when things get hairy.
Seems like an entirely arbitrary system.
Well, I'm sure you would know much about that.
That I would or wouldn't, sorry.
You would. You seem to be very
Why
good
say
at the
that?
arbitrary. Well, you seem to be very good at the arbitrary. Not very straightforward. You say things with a lot of fluff. And that is not how I interact. And that is no shame to you. People are all different types of folk. It is just a very different type of individual that I clock fast and with resolve.
I wouldn't call it arbitrary. Maybe it just takes a few extra steps to get to know me.
Well, a few extra steps can mean the difference between life and death. So, good luck with your current stylings.
So we're
I
both what?
Oh no, he finished the Rubik's Cube again. Oh, this is record time.
So I'm going to assume that we will spend the majority of this expedition passing judgments of each other. Because
Oh no.
just because we have this one conversation together looking at these beautiful stars and this beautiful ship, I think I'm going to very much not like you.
I'm glad we have the same disposition.
Great.
And I was not going to be passing any more judgments on you after this. I have every bit of information that I need. People don't change very easily, Miss Hiden. Only in moments of extreme displeasure.
How do you know I'm not a Mrs.?
Miss is the general one. MS. I know nothing about you, and I do not seek to get anything past your usefulness and ability to stay alive. But
see.
because you answered it in that way, would you like to tell me? Are you married?
Yeah.
My regards to your spouse.
Thanks. Why are you here on this mission? Why did you say yes?
Well, they offered me money. They came searching for me. They asked me if I'd do this. I asked for the terms and conditions, and they seemed amicable.
Where in the chronological timeline of them asking you this and you accepting did you kill that whole village of people?
I'd say right in between the moment in which everyone gave their last screams of anguish. Or is that what you want to hear? A lot of people say a lot of things about me, Miss Hiden. And let me tell you, I don't kill the innocent or the helpless.
I see. So, useful resilient, a mass murderer, annoying, arbitrary. I'll keep that logged in for myself, and you can have whatever you want as far as your image of me in this very moment, however you'd like.
You seem like someone... Oh, go on.
I'm not here for the money or the expedition. I'm here for something that I am specifically looking for on an academic level. So...
Sounds boring.
Let us be useful to each other.
Oh, now you're speaking my language. I'm gonna go grab my notepad and take this down. You seem like someone that would believe the rumor that the captain killed their entire fleet.
You know, that is not what I heard about her. But it would be it would be fun if it was true.
Well, if you believe that I am a mass murderer, then my advice to you, unsolicited, would be careful what you hear, Miss Hiden, and watch where you walk.
We do sleep in the same bunk, the same room, you know. Should I be scared that you might do something while we're sleeping?
Well, if you believe that I'm a mass murderer, then shake in your boots and don't get any sleep tonight.
I'll be sleeping wonderfully.
Right.
And I think just before we part, I think Benjamin's gonna hear something in his mind. With no visible components on Mitsuki's side. It just is able to do it. And as she is walking sort of with you, alongside you to pass by, almost not necessarily loud, but a piercing sort of voice in his ears basically says, "We can both have terrible dreams tonight."
He smiles at you and goes to get the things that he went to go get.
Sometime in the next 5 days, Mitsuki,
Yeah.
you find yourself alone in the bedroom, and you hear a voice. A familiar voice. Are you coming?
Yes, I am.
I can feel you getting closer.
How much closer do I need to be?
You're not here yet. When you are, I'll let you know.
I look forward to meeting you.
Remember, only under the darkest moon will the dead rise.
I'll keep that in mind, although you'll have to be less cryptic with me when the time comes.
You hear like a breathy chuckle.
Sleep well.
You too. I'll see you soon. Anything else anyone would like to do for the next 5 days? I'm sorry, before we do this, I just have to call out. Mara's face journeys are my favorite things ever.
I don't have an expressive face. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm very hard
not
to
at all.
read.
What a poker face. Unreadable.
Anything else anyone wants to do over the next 5 days?
I catch Mitsuki when she's like alone in her room.
Yeah.
Sure.
He kind of like walks past your room, notices you're alone, and like pauses. And then Maggie's still at his side, and he kind of just like nods his head, and she just kind of like flickers and disappears. He walks into your room and like places like a neatly wrapped sandwich at the end of your bed. I understand it's an odd thing to do, but I know I made a friend once the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, so peace offering.
Is this an invitation to become friends for you?
I'd like that.
Mitsuki will walk towards you, Allison. And I think at like a respectful sort of distance, like she doesn't cross a private space threshold. But once she sort of is there, she like looks up at you and it says, "Is it alright if I come closer?"
Yeah.
Mitsuki, it seems to be looking up at you as if to get like a better look at your face and your features. Well, I accept the peanut butter sandwich. I'm very interested in you. It seems as if not only I can learn a good amount about, maybe we can share notes, I mean, about anything that we pick up magically or otherwise. But I think I would also like to get to know you better.
As what friends do.
That is what friends do.
I will just pre-warn you. I'm no wizard. I haven't learned any magic. I'm actually not much of a researcher, but I'd be happy to exchange notes.
Well, thankfully, I'm also not a wizard. Could you imagine? But to be extremely frank, I feel as though if it's an opportunity to get to know you a little bit more, we can figure it out. I have a question, just tangentially to this. So, Benjamin did start off very strong in our friendship and mention a fairly common rumor about me. The one where I'm an actress and I walked out of a play. True, I did do that. To pick your brain if you don't mind, have you heard that same rumor? Is there something coming up about me in particular?
Oh, I didn't hear about it, I saw it.
What do you mean?
Just visions. You're in a play with another man. But, I don't like rumors because some of the stuff I see is private and I don't like to go yapping my mouth about it, so your business is yours. Actress on that.
Do you drink?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, let's get tea sometime. Maybe we can talk some more about it. I'm gonna go to bed.
Right.
Good night, Allison.
Yep, good night.
Anything else over the 5 days?
At some point, the people in our little room will notice that Alan has drawn an incredibly terrible drawing of like a little building, which if you're familiar with the Kalaran Institute, it's like a little sketch of the Kalaran Institute and just like put it in the one of the empty frames. That's it.
If there's time, I think Ben would like to finish the string of very weird and invasive questionings of the other shipmates and hit Alan as we're working out, probably either before or after.
Yeah.
Pumping iron. After he gets done doing his very sweaty workout, either before the 6 hours or after the 6 hours, he says, Alan.
Yeah.
You got time?
Yeah. I'm good. What's up?
Yeah. I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit.
Okay.
Says you do the records, you do the notes, and
Yeah.
how'd you get into that?
I was trained pretty young. First job, kind of stuck. You know how it is.
Oh, kinda, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Says, this might be a good one. Says, real left field question for you.
Okay.
If you had opened a toolbox with every tool in the world, what tool would you say that you are?
Do you know what a vice grip is?
Kinda.
Yeah, it's it
Keeps things together, right?
Yeah, keeps them together, but a lot of them also have a little function to help you kind of get stuff apart too, and like get in there and kind of like if something's really stuck, kind of help pull it. But it can also, hold stuff so you can drill holes and glue.
That's very neat. So, like, putting things together and taking them apart. Is that something you're good at?
Sure.
All right. I can get behind that.
Can I ask?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you do this for like everybody you've ever met, or is this like a crew specific thing? Because you've done it for the crew so far, so I was just wondering if this is like a new thing for you, or if this is a pattern.
Oh, only with people that I have prolonged interaction with. I don't really get to ask the question to every single person that I, meet real quickly. I'm bounty. I used to be a bounty hunter, or am still. So, usually when I meet people, first off, I'm either hunting them or getting information out of them.
Sure. I'm like a bounty hunter, but for like documents, so I get it, kind of.
Oh, yeah, no, I get that. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, it's one of those things where, if I only ever got to know people through intense situations like this one will probably be, then I wouldn't really learn a whole lot of things, and you wouldn't get the full dimensionality of a person, you know?
Sure.
Which is why I like to ask these fun little questions, and I like to see how people answer them. Everyone on the ship so far has answered pretty quickly, and for the most part, earnestly, which is a good sign.
Ooh. Cool.
Something, you know, you ever been in an emergency situation
Yeah.
and somebody's told you something that just doesn't seem like it'll work?
Yeah.
I kind of see these questions like that. If you could answer these questions when nothing matters, then you'll probably listen when something does matter. At least that's my philosophy.
Sure. Yeah. No. That makes sense. Yeah.
He reaches his hand out for a handshake.
Handshake back.
This is a let's do good work.
Yeah. Sounds good. Nice being on a team. I'm gonna go shower, but thanks for chatting.
See ya. Have
Bye.
a nice shower.
Thanks.
All right. I know, James, you said you wanted to do something.
I would love to at some point over these next couple days try and catch Ellison when nobody else is around. Like whether that's in our room or just kind of in passing. I'll kind of like pop my head in and go, hi, do you have a moment?
I have lots of moments. There's not much going on.
Right. Kind of like fishes in their pocket and pulls out this really nice red apple and holds it out and goes, I wanted to thank you for the herbs. Produce goes fast, so there's that.
Thank me for what?
The herbs on the first day for the pain.
Do you need any more? Did they help?
I might take you up on that in a bit. I'm trying to get used to it, you know. Actually, I wanted to ask you something, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Kind of like sits on the edge of their bed, like my bed. That vision you had, can I ask you what it was?
The one of me here.
Yeah, the one that brought you here.
It was. They're not very clear. Feelings, pictures. I just saw all of you, and the logo of the collective, which is how I found you, and the feeling that if I didn't come on this trip, that you'd all die.
Right. Okay. If you happen to have any more about this journey, will you let me know?
Yeah, I can have them. I can manifest them if needed.
I mean, I don't want to ask anything of you. Just, you know, I know that that people talk about me and have for some time, and so I don't know what you've heard, but I'm working very hard to make sure history does not repeat itself. And so just if you get anything, I would appreciate that.
I will say not all my visions come true. Some of them can be misleading, so even if I had a vision about you, I would not cast judgment.
Great. Okay. Thank you. Enjoy the apple.
Yep. Yep. I'll eat that.
Right. I mean, if you don't have to, if you don't want.
You said produce as well, so I guess it would go to waste.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna go. Just wanted to.
Yep.
That. Thank you.
Well,
Kind of
yeah.
awkwardly. Walks.
Okay. At the end of this chunk of 5 days, a phrase I'm gonna be saying a lot. Everybody, please make me a wisdom saving throw.
Don't forget your +3.
Oh yeah. Hey.
18.
Also 18.
23.
Nice.
And Benjamin.
18.
All right, Alan.
Oh boy.
Does Alan normally dream?
Alan, I think Alan a lot of the time wakes up knowing that they have had a stressful dream, but not remembering it exactly. But they do have a dream that happens often that is always fresh in their mind when they've had it.
So when dreams come, they come sometimes out of nowhere. And you find yourself drifting off to sleep. And suddenly you're standing in front of a mirror in this very room. And you can see your like silver cord kind of at the base of your neck. But instead of just kind of like aimlessly flowing, it is connected to the silver cord that's in the mirror.
I want to touch it and like kind of trail it as
Yep.
it goes.
Your reflection kind of follows.
Touch the mirror.
Just a mirror. Eventually, for a split second, you see your reflection out of sync. And it starts to pull on the string, pulling you closer and closer.
Alan is gonna like feel for like the brass knuckles. It's usually on the belt, like fumbling, trying to find them, slip them on. Put hands on the mirror and like trying to pull back, but like not enough that the cord will like break, like trying to like stop it, but also like if this breaks, oh no.
It's honestly like the hardest you've ever had to push against something, as you're just being pulled and pulled and pulled, and eventually from like the back of your neck, your like head is getting stuck against this mirror. Yeah, what are you doing?
Then I'm just gonna punch the mirror with my right fist.
Incredible. You punch it, the mirror shatters instantly, falling into a pile of glass at your feet. But as you kind of reach back for the cord, nothing's there.
Fuck.
And you wake up.
Wakes up immediately, like back of the neck, like.
It's there.
Okay. I mean, at least it wasn't the regular one, so yay for versatility. Okay. And I think Alan will go up and kind of pull their, like, stop in the training room and grab the punching bag they brought from home and, like, go up to the ship and just lean it against the crow's nest pillar and just, like, kind of work it out until he gets tired.
Okay. The dawn of the 10th day. Everybody's kind of gathered on the deck of the ship. Lorelei has informed you all that you should be coming up upon the silver pool for the dead zone sometime soon. And sure enough, a couple hours of travel, you see this silver pool in front of you. Yeah. How are you feeling? Are you doing anything? Are you saying anything?
Is it beautiful?
The pool itself? Absolutely. This kind of rippling effect, this glowing, sparkling, glittering energy there in what otherwise is fairly dull. Through it, pitch black.
Okay. I think Mitsuki either standing next to Andromeda or like just them being in a line in some capacity. So Mitsuki is just in earshot of Andromeda. Andromeda will hear Mitsuki just be like, beautiful.
I don't think Andromeda says anything. Definitely, this is the most the facade has ever cracked. It's like a mix of dread and just kind of like determination. Just eyes not wavering from that pool.
And the ship. Yes, Maggie.
Maggie's trying to do the Scooby-Doo thing where like Shaggy holds Scooby-Doo and Ellison is a strength of -2 and it's just constantly like trying to scratch and he's like, no! And it's just whining.
Yeah. The ship begins to head through the silver pool. And as it does, you watch as each of your individual cords kind of like vanishes into thin air behind you. The ship is through the portal, and you see just the dark expanse of space. No stars, no suns, just darkness. Maybe a couple miles ahead of you, the one thing you see is a planet. I would classify this as like a medium to small planet, but beyond it, you can't see anything. And as you are welcomed into the dead zone by the eerie feeling that Andromeda you know far too well, Ellison, you are struck with a vision. You see a woman with medium brown skin and long, kind of like raven black hair. She is crying, begging something invisible that you can't see. And the world around her seems to be collapsing into itself, vanishing bit by bit, piece by piece. And she's just on her knees, begging, please don't leave me. I gave everything for you. And you see the world imploding, and a piece of something, you're not quite sure what, just impales into her chest. And this like golden, like blood starts to flood out of her chest as she's just crying and begging and screaming, please, this was not what we promised, please. And as your vision ends and Ellison collapses to the ground, that is where we are going to end our session. Well, thank you. Yes.
Could I very just quickly describe what Ellison looks like when this happens?
You absolutely can't.
because it's pretty fucking harrowing. All the lights on the ship start to flicker, and the controls start to go weird. And the air kind of chills, and Allison's eyes, you interpret them as like going black, but like really it's just like an absence of nothing. Like it's just like voids. And if you like look at him for a bit too long, you feel this like sinking cold dread in your stomach. And black veins like crawl up his neck and across his face. And then when the vision's over, everything returns to normal.
Incredible.
You're welcome.
Horrific.
Well, welcome everybody to the Dead Zone. Thank you, players, and thank you, audience, for joining us for episode 1. We will be back in 2 weeks for episode 2. But in the meantime, don't forget to join us on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. EST for the Thanatos Rally send-off. Join us next Wednesday for the start of Tales from the Hearth Atlas, which will hopefully be a very different campaign in tone. So, if horror isn't your jam, we will see you next week. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at StarlightTales_ to see all the updates, all the character art, etc., etc. Again, we're gonna tweet out another link to join our Discord if you want to keep up with us there. There's a little fun building lore as a little treat for joining. So if you're interested in learning more about the world that we have built, we'd love for you to join the Discord and learn all about it. Am I forgetting anything? Okay. Well, thank you again. And remember, don't get dead. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.